How to be the man women want? Well, there is a lot of content out there on YouTube that I believe hurt men a lot more than helping them. One of the most important things when it comes to become a man that women want is to start being yourself. There is nothing more toxic and a big turn-off to try to be someone you're not. So I want to have that part very clear, and that is you have to be yourself in order to score or at least be the man women want. No woman, as a rule, wants a man that is not himself. So we have to come from the perspective of being ourselves. With that said, what does it mean to become more yourself than ever before? Because obviously there is a big problem out there for most guys, and that is how to actually connect with women. Because many times we feel like just being ourselves is not good enough because nothing happens. I'm myself now, for example, and nothing happens. Okay, so the first step is to take action, because without action, nothing will happen. So what kind of actions do we have to take in order to become the man women want? It's to understand human principles and how human works. I'm not only saying women, I'm saying human. So we have to understand human principles, and in order to connect with people, we need to communicate with them. So we have to use human principles and real communication principles. Many of the content out there on YouTube, other social media, on the web, they often says that we have to come from the perspective of having a lot of passive value and having a couple of personal traits that makes you attractive towards women, even though those traits is not really who you are. So we have to come from a perspective of being really cool. Many of the pickup artist gurus are trying to convince guys today. Well, I can tell you guys, that is not the case. You don't have to be this alpha male, really handsome, really wealthy, the person they are really good at telling jokes and being funny, playful, etc. You don't have to be that person. So I understand though what they are coming from. I mean, if we look at the guy and we can see the guy being interested towards a woman and we want to approach her, what can we do? The first thing that comes to our mind is, oh, I have to say a lot of interesting things and I have to be really cool and really good looking, otherwise she would reject me directly. Well, that is not the case most of the time. And when I say most of the time, I mean in general, that is not the case. In order to be interested towards other people, or to be interesting towards other people, and specifically women, you have to be curious about them. That's it. You have to come from the perspective of being really curious towards them. It's much more about them than it is about you. And I can say you one thing, and that is that if you come from a perspective of trying to show her that you are the man, that you are the leader of men, that you have, lots of women around you, which probably not the truth, but you in some way tell her a story that try to convince her that you are a man that women want, and then that you are a person that have lots of money and you have lots of good things going on for you. If you come from that kind of perspective, together with trying to be funny and playful, which you might not be, I would say that that is a disaster for success. If we instead using real scientific principles based on human principles and communication principles, that robust evidence and data from the science are not telling you to become that person or trying to present that person to a woman. No. The science doesn't say that at all. So what does the science says? Well, it say be curious towards her, because it's much more about your curiosity towards her to make an impact rather than bragging about yourself. That is not going to take you anywhere. And also, confidence. What is confidence? I mean, is confidence something that you can practice in terms of believing yourself being an alpha, and you practicing certain routines over and over again, and suddenly you're confident of doing a certain routine. And then when you come to her and telling that perfect routine in line with other routines, would that make you confident in yourself? No, that is not being confident in yourself. That is being confident in certain routines only. So you know that you can deliver an act confidently, but that doesn't make you confident because it's not a true framework. What makes you confident? Well, being curious toward the other person and understand the fundamental principles of being really curious. Suddenly you know what to do. You have to be curious, genuinely curious toward the other person. That is the first stepping stone to make you a man that women want, because you are showing a genuine interest towards them by being curious. And that is coming not from my own beliefs or mindset. It's coming from the scientific evidence based on psychology, human principles, behaviorism, and communication. So go with the real stuff and don't take pickup artist content too seriously, because they hurt men a lot more than helping them. Wait for my upcoming videos and I will go in much more depth into this particular area. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next video.